Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again with Stampin' with Margaret. This week's card is really going to be a fun one. It's not just a card, it is also a gift card holder. Look at this. Go ahead and put a gift card right in there. Okay, close it and look at how cute that is. And I kind of like this idea. You don't have to do it, but I kind of like the idea of putting just a little bit so that the flower helps keep it closed as well as adds to the front of it quite a bit, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to get started. And it's a really easy one. Okay, so in the email that you received, you've got directions to have a 5.5 by 8.5 ready. And then we're going to score it right at 1/4. I'll tell you more about that in just a minute. Let me just give you all the parts and pieces that we need to get started. All right, so then we're going to have a, for the inside, this will be your designer series paper, and it's going to be, okay, 4 by 5.25. Okay, and then we're going to have a part right here that you will be able to put a sentiment on. And I think you can see that from this card here. Okay, and you can write who it's to and who it's from. All right, and then I'm going to show you how to cut this, but right now this piece will go here, and this is going to be a piece that is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, and then we're going to have a front piece that will be, it measures 2 by 4, and that'll be on your front. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to get started. I'm going to show you how to make this. Okay, I'm just going to get my trimmer out, set it right here, and we're going to take our 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score it right at 4 1/4, which would be right in half as for a normal card. Go ahead and take our scorer. Okay, so now you can see where the score line is. Now what we want to do is we're going to make the front flap. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down 2 3/4, which is half of the 5.5. So it'll be 2 3/4. And then we are going to take our blade and we're going to go right to where the score line is. We're going to cut it straight across, just like that. All right, now we'll turn it to its side, and we're going to line up the score line right along that 4 1/4. We'll take our cutter again, our blade, and we're going to cut it down right to 2 3/4. All right, you might get to see my head in here, so, all right, 2 3/4. Look at that. Okay, that is how we are going to shape the card. Put my cutter off to the side because we're not going to need it. All right, here's our score line, so let's fold it right like that. I'm going to get my bone folder and I'm going to crease it. Okay, it all lines up really nice right there. Okay, now let's get started building this card. Pretty easy, huh? All right, nice thing about a video is you can stop and go back and walk through it with me. Okay, I want to show you guys something. Can you see how this has just a little bit of an edge on it from the cutting? What you do is you take your bone folder and then just press it down just like that. And it gets rid of that ridge that's right there. Now if you don't have a bone folder, just use your fingernail and that presses it down, and look, you don't have that ridge anymore. All right, that's just a little trick to make it look neater. And same thing here. I'm seeing a ridge right there, so I'm going to go ahead and press that down. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get some glue, and we're going to glue this piece down. Again, this piece is, let's see, it should be 4 by 5 1/4. You're just coming down 1/4 inch, right? Just cut it down just a little bit so that you have a little bit of the base of your card showing. All right, here's some glue. Go ahead and set this down. line up your corners so that it's top and bottom and both sides, everything's even, just like that. All right, done. Okay, now here's my sentiment, and that's going to go right here. What I want to do is you'd want to go ahead and stamp it before you glue it down, right? In case you make a mistake. Because, let's say it all together, paper has two sides, right? All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to use some garden green, and I'm going to use these little berries, and I'm just going to stamp it right there. Just give it a little extra, right? But if you want to go ahead and put a whole sentiment there, that's fine too. This way it leaves enough room that you can write to and from on it, right? Okay, let's put my ink away. Go ahead and let's glue this down. Happy with that. All right, put a little glue. Okay. Sure I get it all along the edges. I like it to get it out near the edge so that it doesn't roll up. All right, let's pick it up, set it down, and again, you're going to center it on your paper so that you have a little bit of an edge all the way around. All right, move it up, and there's the idea why I like glue. I was able to move it after I had it set down, so I had it nice and lined up. Okay, now for this part right here, you have a piece that measures 2 by 4. 2 by 4, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a little thing in here so that it's easier to pull the card out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to measure this in half. Right here, we're going to put a little mark, and I'm going to take my 1/2 inch punch, open it up, and I'm going to come down right here, and we'll go ahead, and hopefully you can see where the line is. And we're just going to go ahead and punch a little hole right there, just like that. All right. Okay. Now what we'll do is you're going to take a little bit of glue just around the very, very edge, because you want to be able to get your gift card in there. And if your glue comes up too far, you are not going to be able to get that gift card in there. So just go ahead. Now, if you have some real skinny double-sided tape, you could use that also. But I always like to use glue. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to set this down. Hopefully you can see it there. We'll set it down, bring it down far enough so that it lines up with the other side, so both sides look like they match, right? All right, now what we're going to do is just the edges. Now look, your gift card will still fit in there. Look at that, see? Now I know it just kind of popped up a little bit, but let it dry before you put your gift card in, of course. Okay, let's finish the front. Okay, now I'm using the Poinsettia Designer Series paper with this. I put that in the email to you guys, and I gave you the number of it also, just because I think it's just so beautiful. We're going to put this piece down here, and look, I also have some fun stuff to add to it. I'm using the Poinsettia Petals stamp set. These images look a little bit smaller. These are right at 65% so that they could get all the images on here. But look at all these different stamps. You get 2 layers. Look at that. Look at all of those. You get a lot of stamps. Okay, and then I like to keep them separated by keeping that little plastic piece in there. Set that down. You get 18 images. Okay, let's set that off to the side. Oh, and look at these beautiful dies. What's really cool about these dies, you stamp it, you take the image, cut it out, and if you'd like to add a little bit of texture to your leaves, just run it through with one of these. Let me show you how it turns out. Can't really see it very good on here, but hopefully you can. But it gives you a little bit of a fold technique. So you just kind of fold it like that right along where the die pressured it. Okay, now here's another one. See, right along there. Just press it. Look how nicely that bends up, right? Look at that. Okay, and it really looks like a leaf, doesn't it? Gonna go ahead and bend all these up. And I got it. It's 3 layers. Look at that. Here's my 3rd layer. Not happy way the middle turned out on that one. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do to bling it up, okay? Go ahead and using my fingernail and just kind of pressing it down just like that. This is such a beautiful set. Okay, what we're going to do is use some glue dots. And we're going to take the 1st layer, add it to the 2nd layer. And what we want to do is offset it so it looks like a little bit fuller, right? Go ahead and just set that one down just like that. Now we're going to add another glue dot to the back of this one. Okay, let me just put it right like that. Press it down right onto the glue dot and then just pull it right off. Just that easy. And hopefully you notice I put a little piece of twine around here because I didn't want this to keep unraveling all the time. I want to be able to expose the dots I want, not so that the whole roll comes undone. Okay, now I've got a glue dot here, going to offset it just like this. Look at that. Look how full that one looks. Okay, I'm happy right there like that. Okay, and then I said I don't really like that. So, and I'm not, usually don't do this, but watch. Let's get some of the gems and put in the middle here. All right, do that. Set this down. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's going to be beautiful. All right, go ahead. I'm using my tool to pick up the gems. Look at that. Look how pretty that turned out. I'm going to put one more. I really like the way this is turning out. Okay, let's see where, right over here. I'm going to put 4 on that. Look at that. Look at how pretty that turned out. Press them down really good so that they don't fall off. But look how pretty that turned out. These are really nice gems. This is in our Christmas catalog, our mini catalog. Okay, set those off to the side here. Okay, so let's finish the front now. I'm going to use this piece of Designer Series. Look, even the back's pretty. All right, we're going to go ahead and just glue it up. Just this easy. Okay. Okay, make sure you've got your poinsettias going the way you want. There's an up or a down. Line it up just like that. Bring it down so that it looks more even. There we go. Okay, now I chose this sentiment just because I really, really liked it. I used the ornate frame dies to be able to cut this beautiful, beautiful saying out. I really want to put some dimensions on here, so I'm going to put one at the top. And let's put one down at the bottom. That's about all we need. If you like more glue dots, just go ahead and go for it. And we'll go ahead and just take these pieces off. And I love this idea because now I know where those 2 are. They're not on my floor or stuck to my clothes. Oh, there they go, into the trash. All right, let's turn this over. And I put my sentiment high because I'm going to kind of decorate this up just a little bit. We're going to set this down, try to make sure it's straight. Right, let's go ahead and we'll put our poinsettia down. Now at this point, if you want, you could put some colors in here. I kind of like it plain, but see how this has the brown in here or the crumb cake? You could color it in if you want, but I'm not going to today. I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just add that right here. And if you want, you can make it so that it does hang over like my other one did. Just a little bit. Helps keep it closed. We'll go ahead and we'll set that down like that. Now, to decorate this, I think I would like to put a leaf here and a leaf. Oh, you can really see on these leaves how beautiful putting that die in here that leaves an indentation as you're making them. But see how beautiful that is? Look at that. Look how cool that turned out. And you could bend it, right? So that it gives a little bit of a a leaf to it and gives it a design. You can probably hear Clyde in the background crying. His daddy went outside and didn't take him, so he wants to go outside, so he's letting us all know, isn't he? All right, so now y'all met Clyde. Hi, Clyde. He's a big old orange cat. He's so orange, he's red. He's beautiful. He's a really good kitty. Okay, so I'm using glue dots to hold this down. Okay, let's go ahead. I want to give that a little bend too. Okay, so let's put that down. I like it kind of like that. All right, so I'm not done yet. I want more bling, right? Now, these gems come with the red as well as the champagne color. So let's get some little champagne on here. Look at that pretty that turned out. Oh, very, very, I love these. All right, put one right here, right? All right, there is my card, and I will make sure that I give you the numbers in the email on all the products that I'm using today, so that if you want to purchase, you will be able to pick it up and make these beautiful cards. Now this would make a really cute Halloween card too, if you've got grandkids or somebody special that you want to just give a little something to. Give them a little gift card, because they're not going to be able to go out, and probably won't be able to go out and go trick-or-treating. So if you wanted to give a little something, that might be a great idea. But look how beautiful this one turned out. Isn't that beautiful? All right, and look, your gift card goes right in there. Close it down, and nobody can see it, right? So when they open it up, they get a surprise. All right, everybody, that was our card for today. And again, all the dimensions and everything are in the email. And if you're not receiving my emails, please contact me and I'll get you on my email list so that you have the written instructions always, okay? Now, if you're going to place an order this month, don't forget our designer series paper, selected amount of them, are on sale for 15% off. What a great deal. This paper happens to be on it. A lot of beautiful papers. If you like the peonies papers on it also. Grab it quick, because I don't know how long the supplies will last, and if you really, really want the particular paper, now's the time to get it, because there's only a selected amount, and again, we're not too sure how long it lasts. It is while supplies last. Okay, if you're out and about and you're on the Facebook, don't forget, check me out. Check out my Stampin' Room Only. If you're going to place an order this month, don't forget to use the hostess code, and then you will, if you place an order of $50 to $150, I will send you a nice little gift. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.